Watchfully played, Nahida. Yeah, that was such an important hit though, Nahida, with the first boundary. And she hit 21 of 16 yesterday in a player of the match performance. So she's coming into this game in a little bit of form. 4 balls left now. Goes after that one. Exactly 50 runs needed now. They only have 33 deliveries to do it in. Sultana Khatoon, the off spinner, in earlier than she would have anticipated. Scoreless, yet to get off the mark.
The way Kanika has come back with a ball in hand after that treatment of ACL that she took care of in Chandigarh. It's a story that can provide much needed moxie to so many youngsters watching. Sultana Khatoon. Now we'll get off the mark.
It's always important to get that first run under your belt. But I think for Sultana Khatoon, the priority has to be to get Nahida back on strike. The player in form. I'm not going to say she's well set, but 11 of 13. At least she's got a bit of a start here. 49 needed. 1 ball left in the 15th. It's still 49 needed to win.
15 overs gone, 79 for 7.
Then you lead. 1-1. That's your leg stump.
127 for 7, India A. Thanks to Brinda's 36 of 29, her first innings here in Hong Kong. And Kanika's 30 not out of 23 provided the impetus towards the end. And Bangladesh A in reply, 79 for 7. Mannat Kashyap has been a star bowler for India, now has 5 more deliveries to make an impact in this game. A quick single there. And a quick question to Jay. There was a little spell of rain, isn't it? We'll come back to that in just a moment. Mikhail's got someone very special to talk to.
No better time to get the perspective of a gentleman who's been at the forefront of many such big events. I'm talking to a man who's an institution by himself, Mr. Mahinda Valipuram, the chairman of the ACC Development Committee. Mr. Valipuram, thank you for your time. Firstly, congratulations for pulling off something as big as this, a new endeavor, a new concept, which has been embraced by everyone involved in it.
Thank you very much. I think it's glad to be part of the team, but it's really more important to see cricket actually develop. And I think over the years, the Asian Cricket Council is certainly very focused with that. And the current president and the board is, 100% behind in building cricket, not only just for men and boys, but also for women and girls as well. That's a great thing for cricket.
Certainly, we can see it unfold right in front of us. For somebody who's spent so much of time in this field since 2005, you've held office, let me add. Just want to pick your brains on a few things. We talk about Asian Cricket Council promoting women's cricket, men's cricket, but when we talk about multiple sports as well, is that something where your focus is largely channelized upon?
I think the Asian Cricket Council goes beyond than just organizing, firstly, events which lead into the World Cup, the ICC World Cups. So we start from under 16, under 19, emerging as you saw, and then the Asia Cup itself. But when it comes to the multi-sports, we have spent the last 15 odd years basically working with the various Olympic committees to include cricket into the Asian Games to start with. And in 2010 we saw cricket being played in Guangzhou in China, 2014 in Incheon, and we missed the 2018 edition, but in 2023, this year, we will see it back in Hangzhou, China. The main thing about cricket being included in multi-sport, it opens up many different doors. And that could be in terms of support from government, support from the Olympic Council and the various countries, the national sports councils, and that brings in funding, that brings in sponsorship. So it helps the total ecosystem to grow, And for associates, I think that's a very important thing for us to do. And we also see that not only at the Asian Games, when we look at the sub-region games, namely the Southeast Asian Games or the SAARC Games. So these are things that we need to grow over the next years and not just include but increase the number of teams, because this allows a different pathway and a different type of involvement, and also continuous tournaments, coaching, getting more umpires, officials. It's all about connecting the dots, and I think that's an important thing to do.
Quite certainly, the vision is vast. Even as we talk, another wicket falls. This means India is certainly inching closer towards this big win in the final as well. Your thoughts on getting more countries involved into this entire concept, and also touching upon new countries with the multi-sports theory. I'm sure there is a certain plan towards it.
Sure. I think the most important thing is, whilst we have existing ACC members, and they may play in an ACC tournament, but we are getting approaches to become new members, and we have a few countries in line. But when we look into the into the multi-sport angle, that also opens the door for citizens of the countries to play, because that's one of the, you could say, requirement by the IOC, the Olympic councils. That's its requirement. Now, when it's backed and it's in the event, that gives a spur, if you like, for growth of the game from an early age of 12, 14, 16. When you look at Asian Games today, like I said, 2023 is in China. We look forward, 2026 is in Japan, 2030, then 2034, and we got cricket lined up. So a kid who's now picking up the game at 12, 14 years old, at the age of 21, 22, he's going to play, wanting to play, or she would be wanting to play. And then when we look at all these ACC pathways that we are doing, under 16, 19, and so on, that both helps each other, right? And I think that's very important for us to recognize and really work to help all our member countries to achieve their goals as well.
Well, I must congratulate you on the vision firstly, and to also ensure that all of this is being practiced and put in place for the years to come. I can safely say as a viewer that sports and Asian sports and cricket is in safe hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Mikhail. Thank you, Mr. Mahinda Vallipuram, for the time. Oh, there's so much to learn about what ACC is planning ahead as well. 17 overs later, 85 for 8. A successful over for Kanika. She picked up Sultana.
Yeah, 85 for 8. They're going exactly 5 runs and over. But the bigger issue for them is that wickets column. 8 wickets have fallen. They need 43 of the final 3 overs, and it's going to take a bit of a mini miracle for Bangladesh A to chase this down and clinch the trophy. Here's what's gone wrong. That batting card. Shanti at the top, 13 off 11. But nothing much else to speak of. Sobana, 16 off 22. But then after that, 4, 1, 9, 13 not out for Nahida, 6 for Rabia. Sultana Khatun just making 4 runs. Marufa Akhtar new at the crease, but she's got a mountain.
Pulls out, and rightly so. As a bowler, you're thriving on rhythm, and the moment you realize that you're not 100%, it's always good to pull out of the delivery.
Five balls left in the 18th. That's slapped away through the offside, straight to the fielder, however. Another dot ball, a familiar result this for India A. They've definitely been the better of the two teams today. 14 runs coming in that final over. I think that's what swung the momentum in favour of India A as well. 4 balls left.
It's given. Wanted to hit on the leg side. It's taken on the off. Oh, the replay will tell us a little more. I think it was in the back of the bat. But good presence of mind by the fielder at 45. Oh yes, the back of the bat. Uma Chhetri is still searching for the ball, but the catch was complete by then. Today has been a day of leading edges and more. 88 for 9. Just 1 wicket away from what will be a very famous victory for India A.
mark. One wicket away from the trophy. Till. Ooh, bit of an anticlimax. That one's sliding down the leg side. Can she get that fifth wicket? Can she finish things off right now?
What would be better than a fifer? A victory for the country. And getting that fifer not once but twice in the tournament. And how many times have India played a full game? 2 times. Shreyanka. Down the ground, will pick up, down on the ground rather, will pick up that single. You know what, I look at the sky and it sort of sums up this match for me. The dark clouds approaching is something that Bangladesh A relate to. The sunshine is sunshine and the silver lining, something that India A relate to. This one didn't bounce as much, but she keeps it out somehow. Kanika almost put her hand up and turned in appeal. Realized the bat was offered to it. 19 overs gone, 95 for 9. The final over coming up.
Decent spell as well for Kanika Ahuja, 2 for 23 in her 4 overs. But yeah, 33 to win off the last over. It's still mathematically possible, but it's highly improbable. And to close things out in the 20th over, India A, they're absolutely merciless. It's going to be Tita Sadhu. She opened things up with the ball. She's going to close things out as well in this tournament. And I don't think she wants this game to go down to the final ball. She wants to finish things off right now. India A, dominant against the home side. Hong Kong bowled them out for 34. Won by 9 wickets. That's why they got straight through to the final in spite of that semi-final being washed out. And here they are on the cusp of another trophy. A lot of these players, the Under-19 World Cup, that's where they were at. They lifted the trophy at the Under-19 World Cup. They're about to lift another trophy. Here's Tita Sadhu for the last over.
Would be attacking the stumps, no. Single off the first ball. Something that won't hurt India at all. 32 of 5. India is sensing the victory. India is sensing that they've already got one hand on the trophy. Tita Sadhu. Known for her Yorkers. Can she get one right? In the air, and Kanika pouches it. It's one of the most difficult catches, but Kanika's made it look so simple. Bangladesh A ball out, and it's India A who emerge winners in the ACC Women's Emerging Teams Asia Cup 2023. It's been a tournament that was characterized by patience, persistence, and a lot of preparation to play here in Hong Kong. And India A stood top.
What a victory. What a commanding performance by India A. 127 for 7 with the bat. They said they were targeting something in the region of 120. They got more than that. And they defended this total with the utmost professionalism. Here's the winning moment. Tita Sadhu with the last wicket. Kanika Ahuja. Look at this diving catch. What a stylish way to close out a tournament. A trophy-winning tournament here for India A. One of the youngest teams, potentially the youngest team at the tournament. Some of them just lifted that Under-19 T20 World Cup trophy in South Africa, and they win another trophy in Hong Kong.
A team that's already proving a point. A team that can travel so well. The preparations have been commendable. The coaching staff have put everything in making the girls 100% ready for the games whenever they got one and the weather allowed. The wind is picking up again, but will allow enough time for the handshakes. It's been a marvelous performance, and India A would be mighty proud as new heroes have emerged every time they took the field. Shreyanka Patil has been phenomenal with the ball in hand. 4 today, 5 in the first game, and just tells you the importance of winning the game by that huge margin when they played against Hong Kong. as it allowed them the cushion to sit back if the rains were to play spoilsport. Come the big finale, they haven't put a foot wrong. Won the toss, chose to bat first. 125 and beyond proved to be more than enough for Bangladesh A as the Tigeresses succumb to brilliant bowling. The rain started again, but this time it'll be greeted with both hands by the team that's learning to roar with every game that they play. India A are building new heroes.
They do not care about this latest downpour at the ACC Women's Emerging Teams Asia Cup, and this is why. Check out that scorecard. Absolute dominance by